Istanbul, as I talk to the now, this is William of Staggered Movement. The CID authorities just arrived right now. You go see people that they sing, and then these all reach at the compound, and then they're about to enter the compound right now. You go see APCians, then they outside the compound of His Excellency, former President Dr. Ernest by Koroma. Yes, people that they jubilate, they give the Leone stand.
As a citizen of Sierra Leone, a law-abiding citizen, the commissions of inquiry are part of our laws of the land, and the president signed his instrument, sent those instruments to Parliament. Parliament has passed them into law, so they are part of our laws of the land. I am a lawful citizen. I believe the commissions of inquiry must go.
Hello, my family. Welcome to Sherrick's Broadcast Network, the place Wusai would bring Sierra Leone live to Wusai ever you day around the globe. Today we come to a little late, but it depends on Wusai you day around the globe. Not late whenever we come on air. Today on we menu we get very few items that we'll get for this cause. Of course, like how we know. Plenty things that when they happen at Sierra Leone, we already can get on our social media devices. Social media platforms through mobile devices, and so we can come now for properly analyze them. Analyze then things that we don't see either in photos or in videos. And at that we be done to do all along, and at that we get for continue for do today. So today on we menu we get few items that we'll get for talk about. One, of course, the National Premier League has started. We get for talk about that exclusively. The National Premier League, now one of the most important events that we don't bring we country together. Some of una way when I remember then saying that we, the military government be in place in the 1992s, going all the way to the time where they hand over to the civilian government. When I not say football match, now be one thing that one day we bring Sierra Leoneans together. Anytime we soccer match they play, or they come together, right? When I remember then zone 2 way, Salon began for play, we almost being forgo win the African Nations Cup. So this government don't see it necessary for bring those good days back. And so the National Premier League, now from there would they know whether than the players they all get in the country from different parts of the country, and a possible say them players then they go able forget the possibility for making them able for play for bigger teams in Europe, in Germany, in other places. So that National Premier League don't start necessarily. We'll get for talk about that one day. We also get for talk about the president in visit to the eastern part of the country, to Kailahun district this past week. This very week. It don't make that visit. We get for take a look at how the president was welcomed in Kailahun district, and of course waiting at the speech where it delivered in Kailahun district. Then we also get for can talk a little bit again about the former president, Ernest by Koroma. We get for talk about them small because we not care how people then feel about this, but it's very important because we cannot continue to do the same thing and expect a change. We don't go through a cycle of leadership in our country where we not look at them critically for see waiting at some of the problems that we're supposed for those spots before they even vote, before they even elect somebody as a president. For don't they see some of them problems there. So we get to analyze the man himself. You know, based on everything where they do, the way they act, the way they perform, the way they do things. You know, we get to look at all of that and analyze them properly and put it into good perspective so that we all know as Sierra Leoneans, therefore say, this is what we think is going on with Ernest by Koroma. And so if we see them kind of signs there, we get to be careful not for, or either for elect this kind of person or not for elector. So we get to talk about those today. All right. So once more, Mina Ibrahim Sharif, na me go be your host, na Sherrick's Broadcast Network as always. But for now, one for me, sit tight as we continue to unfold the program. Sit tight. Yes, me fumble them. That's not pretty S, you know, with a track title Skillo. Of course, this na Sierra Leonean same. Of course, when I sabi that fine lady there, you know, na me man LXG nigga done na in woman that one they so na for stop for the watch. I know say that one and they will like woman then they watch pretty S. Stop it right now. Now me man LXG na in baby that. Of course, now one of the Sierra Leoneans thing way I so admire. You know, I so like in music, I like in songs. It get fine voice, a fine pine body, and then it stick to that Monday. LXG. Of course, when I know say LXG, now one of the, you know, outstanding, you know, musical superstars in Sierra Leone. In music, don't go international. You know, the man they sing, you know, in songs they're all very classy, very, very international. I get international taste, you know, not the same way, you know, in baby they compliment them. So anytime we Pretty S sing, I like for listening to the song. Anytime we it combine with a man LXG, whether they sing, I like for, you know, I like for listening to the song because the song get class, you know. And so that's Naskilo by Pretty S. Pretty S one for say plenty thank you to you for, you know, doing what you do. You are the best. We always hail you. And so, my family, today we want to talk a little bit about the National League, the National Premier League. Now, the country, of course, we know say Salona, one country in Africa, we're good at soccer, we're good at football. You know, we do everything humanly possible for stay in line with football. Even we will not be the participate as a country. Right now, FIFA does suspend we, but that's not the whole way down. You know, that's not for whole a country down. FIFA not to get for determine whether this country have for continue for participating in soccer or not. You know, we know say we get for come out of that whole FIFA thing, you know, one day, very soon. We know that. But for right now, the citizens of the country be done the yarn for letting kind tear come back. So indeed, it has come back. So we see the president and, you know, all the ministers, parliamentarians, they all, in fact, participate in this. But for now, let me just, you know, sit tight as we unfold the National Premier League tournament, right? Stick around.
That's it. The first one. National anthem.
All right, speaks now by all right. The president, they are about to do inspection.
Fellow Leoneans, I know you have a love affair with football. Before I took over the reins of government, I promised I was going to make this country a better and happier country. Football has become a quintessential part of our culture. I know you've been missing it. That is why I decided to bring it. So, let's all support the Premier League. It's been gone for 4 years, but it is back. So I ask all players, all supporters, to give the necessary support to the teams. We don't want violence. Sportsmanship should come into play. If you win, you have won. If you lose, go back and fight another day to win. No violence. There is no place for violence in sport, and there is no place for violence in Leone. Thank you all. Enjoy the match.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. President. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we are very excited to have you here. So, President, after you see this speech concern, we want to thank you for having support the Premier League Board to organize this league. As you know, we are looking for more resources. The President, as you look at this speech, you will know that it's not even conducive for what we call the Premier League. We are asking every Sierra Leonean to come on board the Premier League so that we can take Sierra Leone forward with football. Mr. President, the young people want to grow. They are excited. Your flagship program is about human development. Human development is what these young people are doing. Everybody will not have to go to school or college. This is their own development. We are hoping that you will put more resources into the Premier League and the first and second division plus the female clubs. Without much ado, I want to thank everybody for coming today, and I wish you will hope and take this forward as a government. Thank you very much, everyone.
All right, please give way as the President does the inspection.
Inspection to be done by His Excellency, President.
All right, His Excellency the President is now doing the inspection, starting with the referees. Raymond Coker is the center man for this historic match, and Dowdy Williams is part of the team of referees. In fact, Dowdy Williams is actually
the centre-man. He'll be in charge of this match for 90 minutes and probably beyond. Michael Conte, AR1. Sandy, Musa Sandy is AR2. And Raymond Coca is the fourth official. So you see, we have a very strong team of referees to officiate this match. And I can tell you, they have a task at hand, but I believe they will live up to the occasion. The president has just inspected the Eastern Lions team, and now he's proceeding to the Mighty Blackpool team, starting with the captain Idrisu. And then with the rest of the team players. Football is alive. This is a rebirth of football. This is what Sierra Leoneans have been yearning for. This is what they've been craving for. That moment is here, and I know we're going to enjoy every minute of it. That was the next match of the first lady, and a very good thing. Thank you, sir.
All right, so my family, wait a minute. What did I just see? Man, these were the good old days in Sierra Leone coming back. Of course, the National Premier League. Now, Sierra Leone don't just kick off today. Now, the country. Of course, you know, when the president the kind of power, I talk about the development of human beings, the development of Sierra Leoneans, the development of the human capital in the country. That is his flagship program, and in various forms, it is doing. Not the only way people that they go sit down at the four walls of a classroom where we go call as human capacity development. You can develop your human capacity in various ways. And so for that one day, we go talk say, you know, we own generation. Now only some of we been very lucky for that we're able for find ourselves, for able for go school, we finish school, we go college, we finish college, and we did this level we did today. But by how the previous government, especially the APC, done the rule that country, we young generation not been live for really enjoy with country. You know, because everything what we see now be either hardship, now hunger, starvation, squalor, poverty, war, disease, you know, natural disasters. Now that's thing that they were used to as our own generation. I mean, can you imagine? So plenty of the one day now where they at we age or we young past we small, we young where they below we age small, they're not able to forget the opportunity to educate themselves, to go to school and educate themselves because the opportunities were not there. So they still get the opportunity for improve their human capacity, for improve their, you know, their own talents. And most of them are very talented when it comes to sports, when it comes to soccer, when it comes to football. That's how we call it in Africa, when it comes to football, right? So the president under the SLPP government, His Excellency retired Brigadier General Julius Madabio, don't decide say it give a boost to football in Sierra Leone. And you go see, I mean, look at the stadium. Even the stadium, we say people that sit down. When you look at the stadium, you see that people went there in their massive numbers. I mean, today what they see, the people that wait to line, waiting a line for just buy the ticket for go inside the stadium, is a whole lot. That alone, they make the people that happy. You know, the people are just genuinely happy to go to the stadium again and, you know, enjoy the games, you know, socialize, you know, bring happiness to the country. At least this is what we should be doing. Not to alter way major events they happen at Sierra Leone. Past we talk about crying, people in pain, either in a war or in a violence or in a disease. These are the only things we were known for. So some of us continue to appreciate the work of the president and the government of the Sierra Leone People's Party for when they try for bring the people back home. They are trying to, you know, make people happy. You know, they are trying to cater to the happiness of the people, and we really appreciate that. You know, I mean, genuinely, you can see how happy our people are. You know, and this is what some of us expect. And like, you don't get nothing. But that inner happiness where you go get, it go carry you go a long way. It go make you forget about your worries. So the mere fact that we see that stadium they pack, like how mighty Blackpool and Eastern Lions they play in the first those days, where they see the stadium they pack, that is how the stadium is packed today. So that is happiness. And it just don't begin, you know. But man, when I don't forget say, mina Cambu Eagles are they with Cambu Eagles because the wise men came from the east. So the Cambu Eagles all the way. And I didn't support any other team, Cambu Eagles of Kenema. That's my team right there. And I know say the chief minister there with me on this. You know, he's supporting that team as well. Chief minister, I got your back. I appreciate you for hailing your home team. Of course, Cambu Eagles all the way. And I know the players of Cambu Eagles, when I get for try, we will give you all the support. Let us just know what you need. We'll provide it. All right. So this was Sierra Leone, Freetown, the capital of Sierra Leone, and of course the National Premier League don't start. So let the AYV television, when our partner TV program, let it put her into proper perspective for we, you know, how, you know, the whole thing was prepared, how people that they receive them, waiting they go, or how people are happy about the thing, how did they think about the competition, you know, how waiting AYV television, the report go take you back to those days when there was no war, when Sierra Leoneans were just genuinely happy. All right, stick around.
When Lions and Blackpool kick the ball here on Sunday, they will not just be starting a football match, they will be kicking off a whole new chapter in Sierra Leone football's history. This country loves football. Despite the divisions in the game, the euphoria surrounding this league across the country is already massive.
The champion from the East. So anytime we catch Blackpool, they give them 4, 4, 5, 6.
I don't put you for the daddy. Me, the West, the picking the home. Lions, I'm go there. And I'm not them yet. It doesn't like when they even take bomb. That's what Lions do. Then they make noise.
These are fans expressing their opinions on the possible outcome of the match on Sunday. For most of these fans, going back to playgrounds across the country to watch their teams is a welcome news.
But we almost of we all been a good game, and they see beaucoup d'articles and they see. Now we know they see them none. Parce qu'on qui top 110, the get up see. Everybody in football make all lost permission.
It mean a great development, not to even to me no more, but to as well as the country, because you check some of them players there, you don't take the time, they need to play leagues, you understand? And at the career, some of them are that talent, you go to kill them, then they depend on. So for a long time where this league be closed, some of them will be the meet up in Ghana, we see that they go strand, but like now, when the Premier League starts soon at this country, we see development, they come for them, then they get paid down number one. Now we as the fans them back, at least we get side for the go entertain ourselves and push the country go before.
This league has been in stasis for a long time. In between that period, players have blossomed while others have perished. The league will see 13 teams take part in a two-leg matchup. 9 of those teams have selected Freetown as their home venue, whilst the other 4 will play in the provinces. But no matter where the game plays, players and fans are willing to follow their teams around. Mohammed Jawadnyali, AYV News, Freetown.
Right, so basically, so that is Mohammed Jawadnyali, and you see, this is what we are talking about. So because of that long time that it took Sierra Leone for full focus on football match, sports for that matter, it don't make plenty of players that will be play for the country don't perish. And it don't make back some of them stay the cause, some of them sustain their, positions with regards to sports, and they don't bounce back. They are back into the games. So now that make country not supposed for stagnate, country not supposed for go behind. We are supposed to be moving forward. So all they want to make noise about the SLPP government with regards to Julius Madabio. I don't know what's going to be when a response to this, because people are genuinely happy. Anybody will oppose this thing where they go on the National Premier League just because the SLPP government don't encourage this kind of thing for come back, but just because you not like SLPP government or you not like Julius Madabio, so now you try for cry this one down, when now we go really no say want for let this country go before. That you are far removed from one of them people that they call patriots. You are not a patriot. Because if waiting ever we go do, we go make with people and genuinely happy, that is what we should be doing. We don't get for do things just because we don't like this person, we don't like that person, right? So the National Premier League is a big comeback of sports in Sierra Leone, of soccer in Sierra Leone, and of course we say kudos to the president and the government of Sierra Leone for supporting this big move in the country. If we say a very important thing where don't happen in our country, and that all of us should be happy that once again our people are not talking about mudslide, they are not talking about Ebola, they are not talking about malaria, they are not talking about HIV/AIDS, they are not talking about civil war, they are talking about converging at the national stadium to watch soccer, to watch football, to watch game where they bring the country together. Because you go find out, say, all my way there and everybody is together. Even when Eastern Lions fans and Blackpool fans that they talk about each other, say they are talking about it. They are joking about it. When Blackpool mandatory talks about Cage Lions, like they are joking about it. So this is how a country is supposed to be, right? So we appreciate the government for doing this. And so before the next, we'll get for move on to the president in visit to Kailahun district this very past week, right? Stick around. me family, that's the president this week we passed. So the president make a visit to Kailahun district, of course, on a nationwide thank you tour. When I remember the president, he talk say where he win, he go back and tell the people then thank you. So now that thank you tour, it don't do Panam, it don't go to the north, it don't go Koroma last week. And so this week we pass, it go Kailahun district. Of course, we don't go Kenema. And so the going around continues. And anytime when the president they go, they always care go something for them people in there. So this time around, the president go na Kailahun. He makes several stops and several places. He go Kailahun district itself, Kailahun town, where na the district headquarters for Kailahun district. Of course, he make a stop na Shebwema, where na one of the big towns in Kailahun. Of course, he go Bunimbu, where na one of the big towns also. When I did, in fact, we get the Bunimbu Teachers College, he go there. And so it don't make all them visits then day. So let us hear from him, waiting the president talk, where he make them visits them. All right? Let's hear from the president.
Now the president. So this are just formality, so I got I'm very sure. The person you are going to introduce, first of all, as chairman and leader of this great party, I want to take this opportunity for saying thanks to the one that way they vote for me, chairman and leader, and also they vote for the retired Brigadier Julius Mada Bio, where he be flag bearer of this nation. Thirdly, when they vote for her again, for making be president of this nation. Una thank you, may God bless Una. Then this person, I also want to say, like how my brother Kanja talk say, he nominate him, and Chucky second down. Then do me chairmanship, me blessed chairmanship of this nation, of the SLPP. Anybody who are nominate, who are anoint the people that they always vote on. Me anybody who are Tinabiena, he no go lost election. I can tell now. Because me and God will engage. Me and God they engage. Tadewa say I don't go be somebody. They pull me as Secretary General and they made a lost election 2-10. I don't come from retirement. Now I deal with a soldier. This soldier, not an office soldier, now frontline soldier. You don't fight war. I just advise the one then. May not underestimate Julius Mada Bio. It's too civilized for politics, especially African politics. But if you push them bad, you push them far, you will regret them. You want peace, not peaceful man, not tolerant man. Now man, when an Orthodox Catholic, a married a Muslim, a true Sierra Leonean, we want for be an example to all of us. It give power to we as FAPP. We marginalize them for 11 years. APC self-can is super marginalize them. Total 22 years. He no grumble. He no talk nothing. He no cause noise. Wait, them boss hate. He no do nothing on the police. Then search him. He no do nothing. You wait, don't lead a criminal gang. They just call you for identify yourself as chairman leader. They want cause trouble. Una one una picking them. Una one una picking them. Make I no go far. This person where they talk to una today, God send a mina John the Baptist. I will just clear the road. John Benjamin they all now they support him. Una clear for John Benjamin and the all. Anyway, make I not take up this here. I as an anointed chairman of the Sierra Leone peoples today, I have the opportunity, the singular opportunity, and the opportunity as a child of God to present to you people another child of God, no less a person as a humble servant, very tolerant, very simple, but firm in decision. They retire, but not tired. Brigadier, the serious, the mother, the dear.
Mr. Chairman, ministers and deputy ministers, senior members of the government present here this evening, the paramount chieftain, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, and we all with our today we visit Kailahun. The main purpose is to thank you to Kailahun district. Thank you because you are reliable. Thank you because you are dependable. Thank you because we are tenacious. Oh, now go check out the dictionary. That means that when a crab lost, another left. I come for cancer when I thank you because Kailahun said and will support me, and they support me all throughout. Come rain, come shine. When I can Kailahun, I don't know say I don't come home. And another shame for telling people they're not bound. Even last Christmas, I say if you want no say, are popular in this country, now for go Kailahun, I say not for go bound. So truly, every other thing what we do today, now on our side, what we come for, we all must for say thank you to Kailahun. This is a special district, we now occupy a special place in my heart, and we have no say, we thank for say we don't elect somebody who is a care about people. But of course, we don't elect the president, then say it is before they come here. But I've been there for come, I've been making a promise. So now, I say I will come say thank you. I don't fulfill that part of it. But I will talk say we go do plenty things in this country. We go make una proud, say una vote people then into government. And for una Kailahun, we are going to be proud say we are make the right choice from the beginning, and we are not ever shake until I go inside straight out. Thank you, Kailahun. Well, time don't come out for making us step no be left on our own. The Pendable Kailahun road. I've been talking we go fix them. We don't delay small. That is because the Anyam people don't left nothing at the box. But I've been telling I say, thank you. And even game it is our guy. You go up and we go pen abu. that purity period that said, Kotawe, Bongo, Caledonia, Dola, very soon, where APC been launched that road, which makes national PH, now Banya fake business that we do. They don't get a contractor and nothing. Why? Thanks be to the Ministry of Finance, they don't make arrangement, and that arrangement will done soon. By early next month, we will pay the contractor then, and we will begin to work. That is to between Pendembo and Kailahun. We be don't talk say we are giving a free quality education, not so. We don't deliver on that one day, we don't begin deliver on that one day, not so. Well, we get to continue because by now I don't need for stress on the importance of education for we all, especially with picking them. So I'm glad you for telling us, say, not to other side to go pull that money though. Now we see the Anyampi, the medicine. Now we don't gather. We don't go no side for go take money. Now we don't gather for county winner. We're not Robin Hood. We take from the rich and give the poor. So we don't make sure say the next generation of leaders when I picking them. Then get what they require for take care of themselves and for take care of we and this country in a better way than what we did. Because we don't give them the opportunity for get what is some of we not been get. They now free quality education. And they appeal to the parents, the teachers, and even the picking them, for me to take this one serious and make sure say the book learning business, may they not take them as jokes, may they take them seriously, then self go better tomorrow. What are they talk about that one day? One thing where they come to my mind now, the number of girls picking the way they become pregnant before they finish school. As a society in this country, more than 50% of the population are women then. If we not give them the opportunity for let them develop and help we for develop this country, we will say, me one for appeal to parents, teachers, and the traditional leaders then, for me to give the grandchild the opportunity for me them go to school. Now that they give them a hand in marriage, and we need to give them belly too early. Let them make sense of what they want to do, reach that point where they will learn and make a home for themselves, then they will go on picking them. But what's in bad, pass that one themselves. Now, rape don't become very common at Salon. Rape of itself is bad. But the kind of rape where I see they happen at Salon now, it works. In fact, it is take away from we the shine where we're supposed to get. And that one day will not accept them. Anybody when a true man, you know the rape. Anybody will rape, not a true man. And the rape we don't make me your heart don't one. That one day another hide them from anybody. Now when they go rape, they beat them. As young as 5 months and they rape them. They don't kill girl Pekin at the age of 10. This one, Lekona don't keep quiet, so we not keep quiet about this. We get to do something. On the part of government, we pass the law. Anybody will rape anybody, he will go prison till he dies. Life imprisonment. That law they can judge now. That law they can judge now. So we don't make a habit for the boy and rape, girl picking them, woman them, baby them for that matter. We are ready for going to local forever. because if they lock una up and throw away the key, you don't go ever see the sky. This is not acceptable, and we not for alarm. So I want to appeal to all the chiefs then. Wundani wa allow. Wundani my name. Wundani and the person it is unacceptable. So in that time, Kaibra in the Inama, yes, I will munda my sangue. So now we are like Mutala Bula, Kunafova. What do you have to get for now? Besides this road, going the way they come very soon, will be also promising from here to Kwandu, we will make the road. The feasibility, that any road they make, you get to do the feasibility first. And that one day they go on now, and what we done ready, and we don't put the money, we dey come and tell una, turn the sword, and we go begin that construction. The commission say, road come on now, say go reach na Kwandu. And after that one day no more. Some of the people and they were themselves are part of this government. They don't make arrangements, and the feasibility for the international market na Kwandu don't they go on now. Very soon, whether they complete, we will tell now for say we they put the market back na Kwandu like how it did before. Not that one day no more. We get plenty ferries in this country here. Then ferry they were in the pool. One of them then a Manoa. We also they in advanced stages for make arrangements for make sure say instead of that ferry day we get bridge. You know go say we go can't tell when I say we don't ready for make that bridge day. This morning, because we say human capital, now the most important asset where any country gets, not to the diamond, not to the gold, the human being there, we are the most important for everything what they do. And health, now an important component, we don't already put together the government and the Methodist Church, and understanding we don't make the government don't take over the Nixon Memorial Hospital. So now, the Nixon Memorial Government Hospital, that is the new name for them, we they can fix down, starting from May, we they can rehabilitate the whole of the Nixon, so that it will look like a new hospital, and it will get equipment then, and it will begin work like how it the work will be Sabian before. The Kailahun Government Hospital. Now the same thing, as Mayeri, the minister said, we can't change the whole of the hospital, starting from May. Not to the one they no more. The one that sets where the work inside is. We don't say we for take care of them. For a very long time, when you go to hospital, me have been fixing myself in America. Anytime where you go, they say pin code. Pin code, pin code. Well, we na solution that we defend. That pin code that we don't find solution for them. We want to take care of with nurses, the medical doctors, health practitioners, so that they go able to do their work anytime and that kind of village. But that makes we don't develop them various allowances for them, so that they go able to go work anytime and anytime. The SLPP under the leadership, the show say, and as I've been talked during the campaign, for say we care about people, not the politics we pass. Now the people them, now when are the people that now elect we, and we got to take care of now. The unfortunate say, they don't know what to take care, say where we take over from. They're not as nothing. When they want life owner, then they can't launch the road. Then put machine in it, then go, then run. Then that's not happen. Fortunately for Una, I be there when I say help is on the way and help has arrived. So when I go to say very soon the water situation back Naya will change because Kailahun get to be a city for we. We get to make sure say when I don't hear it for the power situation at Kailahun and also the water situation. The minister they don't talk and I go there after them until they implement me water kanaya and me electricity kanaya. For now we see the time that. So in don't tell me say we get 200 solar poles and we don't come. We in a short time when I go see them we erect them for at least bring some light to Kailahun town. We not deserve better. But why we the cater for down the make at least we make sure say we not see some light. You don't say we will not suffer. Well, like I said today, we come one here now really for say thank you. We don't fulfill when I am part of the bargain for elect me. And we self know say we are not dependable people then, electorates then. Earlier on, the health minister talked about ambulances, the national emergency medical service, where we don't think about because anybody can fall anytime. Woman they can need for go born, but they not get means. Then they take them for Okada for go. Would I be hearing the ambulance and other so? Where we see for human being? We are not the talk for the again. You not hear them. Kailahun now na your ambulance we don't face cancel. We not a banya freaking. We don't hear the siren also. So I don't need for talk to una again. The only thing where they say una is that service day na free of charge. And a 24-hour service. Like I tell you, they story them in the end of one day. APC they don't pack them, they say them, they sell them. They don't come on, not the new one them. They don't begin pull part them from them. When the minister come, it gather the all. We don't fix 167. Now with the shape all over the country so that we will able to cater for now. We will get an emergency situation. That service is free and it's 24 hours. You only need for call 300, 400 at any time of the day and then we'll go to you. But now I may go to them so you are afraid the block say they can't call ambulance to. Now when you know say we get a life-threatening situation and you know that the ambulance will come, then therefore locate them inside the district. So go there them go do side, then go into side. The medical officer go decide now we tell them go there. So that when we are called, then we're able to reach. So we are quickly and take us to the closest medical center for the medical attention we will need. That is the new direction. That is the definition of the new direction. Free quality education is a new direction. Then they say we not get money, they say we're not going to do them. They say it's not possible. But when you get the will for the people, for change them, there is always a way. Another way they will find. And that way they, now for just take the anyampi the money and put up for the people them. Now a special day for me. Unfortunately, we don't have the sustained don't come. You know, Kailahun, now actually the origin of the anthem, Mazabio, Thank you. Well, like I say when I say, this is an anthem, it don't become a national anthem. Then Creole, they are all in Africa, they sing this right now. Father, they all they sing this right now. I don't go to church, I be sitting and find him, then they pull for me. That's what the choir holla. Madavio, Madavio. Now tell them say, now tell them say, now God I can't pray to me, no can't blaspheme in here. So truly, Kailahun is a special place for SRTP, for me, and for all. You stood by us, we stand by you. We will change the face of Kailahun, and Kailahun will be part of Sierra Leone. Dinero manganya van here, so he go about the payment, ali anu go here, so we are going to Ugira, Wakla Baba here, Genga una Bubo Tabana Yangela way, Yegenga Uma woman, and I got to
All right, and so my family, and that's now His Excellency President Julius Maada Bio, the give speech na Kailahun on the last visit. Plenty things and the way he talk about. Of course, now all done here waiting the president talk about. First of all, he talks say Kailahun na the place this way it been when a day he making foundation for make it go deep into politics and for make it go win the election. And what he mean by that? After we in a be ordinary Sierra Leone where he come out abroad, where he return, they decide for put on and produce business. Na Kailahun, na they be habop, na they be the buy cocoa, coffee, where they pan produce business. So he has always been part of Kailahun. A care go plenty things then for them. You know, of course, then get your ambulances. You know, where it talks say, I mean, the previous government be don't get their ambulances. They will be able their ambulances. But the ambulances then be packed, they not ever give to people that they be one sell them one by one and eat the money. They be don't even begin for pull the parts inside the ambulances. So in non-cam, they don't decide, say they don't, the Minister of Health don't collect everything, they don't fix all, and they can distribute around the country. So nobody not go tell me, say this government not do what they be promised say that they do. For the very first time, for let get a politician where in the campaign say, well, when I elect me, now this I go do. And when I elect her, they can do all the things that we've been promised by the campaign. So we for actually appreciate what Julius Maada Bio to do right about this time. So, you know, he also promised the one in Manoa, then around them, but the West Chiefdom, na Kailahun district for say that ferry where they draw for me then cross water. He said they get for Campbell and come out and get for make bridge and tap the water way they under. You know? So I know say the people are very happy for Yeri a news like that. The Nixon Memorial Methodist Hospital, that's how they used to call it. Now the hospital that me say now they are born. Now they didn't born me. Then 10 and they would not so white people that will be getting at that hospital today. Now be one of the best hospitals in the country. Now Shebwema. Now they are born. Plenty of other companies in that hospital they now they didn't born. People that be come all over the country that they go there for mend them. So that hospital be don't dilapidate, it don't candle. Me say why I go there with Sierra Leone the last time. When I go to that hospital, where I see the condition of the hospital, I was in shock. I almost cried. You know? The Tewo Day school, that hospital, they would go study because there was always electricity. That they would go study. You know, they get satisfied away electricity, then they would go see them. We study whole net. So, Maada Bio, together with the Methodist Church, they don't come together. They don't decide to then get for refurbish the whole hospital. You know, in fact, they don't change the name. Now, Nixon Memorial Government Hospital. So, they get for change that hospital today. You know. So, definitely, there was good news that came from the trip where Maada make na Kailahun district as well. Just like how if don't they pay visit na all the other places them. So, that's what we were able to derive from his trip. So, from there, when I stick around as we continue for come to you next, we'll get for talk about President former President Ernest by Koroma in a little bit, right? Yes, before them, that's now Skillo by Pretty S. Of course, now we own sister from Freetown, Sierra Leone. Of course, una sabi LXG nigga dong na in fambu da wande na in woman da wande na the two can sing. I so like in music anytime we can sing. I can like for listen to in song. Yeah, LXG the music na class. Of course, you know, it get the beat, it get the message, it get everything inside. And so this now a complete example of a Sierra Leonean talent. So we say plenty thank you to you, Pretty S. Of course, the track title now Skillo. Skillo, now the title of the track. We want to say plenty thank you. Anytime I play in song, I can feel so good about it. All right, and so me from the next, we want to talk about President Ernest by Koroma. You know, once a president, always a president. And we're not going to shy away from that. We'll go call him president. Of course, he was elected by the people of Sierra Leone as the president of the country, even though plenty of people that get question mark against that 2007 election where Christian Atop being preside over. Plenty of people that be talking say, why is the counting be go on Akono? It go ahead and announce the results. And in fact, plenty people that they would not even count them votes in a Kailahun district where it go ahead and announce the results. So plenty of people that be vexed Pantijank about that time we hand over government to Ernest by Koroma in 2007. But because of the fact that the country needs peace, the country needs stability, the opposition then, SLPP, not decide for do anything. So let's go. So let's call him President Ernest by Koroma, right? For 10 years, now be president. Now, me from with them. Plenty of people in the way Kifi say would they always speak on APC or would they always speak on Ernest by Koroma. No, we are not. We are talking about them. Just like I don't talk about Julius Madabio plenty. We are talking about Ernest by Koroma. And you know, in all fairness, if Julius Madabio do anything wrong, now so we go talk about him. So if Ernest by Koroma don't do things wrong, we are going to talk about him as well. Now, what is specifically we want to talk about this man today? We don't see from the time where Ernest by Koroma did have power and on to the time where they left this power, it don't do some behaviors that they don't exhibit, some pattern of behavior that they don't exhibit. And so plenty of we don't live in advanced countries, we don't live in civilized worlds, where we understand a little bit about human behavior, and we don't probably work in human services. We want to put this man in behavior into perspective for let we really know the kind of person that he is. You know, let we know the kind of person that, you know, Ernest by Koroma is, right? Now, plenty of people that day when they talk say Ernest by Koroma now the cancer inside the APC right now. I say because all the problems where the country they go through, I mean where the party they go through, na in the lead cause of them problems then they. So plenty of time when I don't hear you say either in and Samura Kamara, the man way na in behind pick him for like be the party presidential candidate, and say into don't fall apart. They don't fall out right now. We don't know whether that's true or not lie, but this is a rumor, and to every rumor there is an element of truth. Anytime where people that they rumor something, when you watch pain, some element of truth go inside. But now that's what they for say it don't fall out with Dr. Samura Kamara, right? And so we don't also hear for say, you know, I mean not to hear yourself. We say don't see we don't hear way, you know, some key party members them within the APC that they asked for let Ernest by Koroma resign and left the party because they don't find out say na in at the problem inside the party. Of course, you don't hear plenty way, you know, the former, you know, vice president of the country, Victor Bokrifo, instead don't talk plenty, you know, things the way some of you they look at say, you know, in reality, but you know, like Victor Ford, when they talk, you get for know how you they analyze and talk so because I remember vividly during the days of you know the 2007 election will be take place in the country. In have been one person will be the talk down on Julius Madabio. In fact, talk say if Madabio be president in that country, they in the park or in the country. He talk bad about you know how he's saying a rebel, in a this that. But at the end of the day, you know say Victor Bokrifo come on about, Madabio come on about. So these are brothers from the same place. So I don't know whether he talk say, but that's not the far. Now within the family, but that's the. So these are family members. They are from the same place. But if they talk bad about Julius Madabio, and then now that he say in a retired politician, it don't change all that in rhetorics. It don't begin to talk other things the way different. So you know we are going to put all of that into perspective today. But this. Now, in we don't see, now this we don't hear say, you know, Julius Madabio, well, I'm not talking to Julius Madabio. My family, I'm very sorry about this. This is not what we want to show you. But anyway, with the hear that they talk say, Ernest by Koroma, na in, na the cancer inside the APC, right? It's in the cancer inside the APC. Wait, you know, say cancer na bad sick. Where all any part of the body, they eat into the body till it finish whatever the person, it kill them. So if they say na the cancer inside the APC, that means na get for kill the APC, right? Na get for kill the APC. But before we even go further, I mean, by some of them behaviors that what they talk about just now, this BN10, we don't see plenty of the behaviors the way Ernest by Koroma they put up, way questionable. We go make you begin for think, this Maya, is he okay? Is something not wrong with him? Because somebody way normal not to behave this kind of way also. I mean, you know, so they just look at, I mean, look at like this video right here, right? This was Ernest by Koroma, where the CID they invite and say, then get for come visit them, or the one for me gonna CID for answer some questions about the press release where APC been pulled. Then it get the bold mind where people they talk say they get for come out and rally and protest against that invitation, or the CID that they kind of marketing for Kansiam. The people that say they rally, that they protest, ain't not able for stop them people here say tell they say, listen, them people here na question no more they can't ask me. And then they can't hold me, that they can't ask me questions about why we pull that kind of press release. And so una not come on a do, una not do nothing, una just wait. Anything will happen, I go make una know. But it allow for let there be this show of demonstration. And you know, it's like Ernest by Koroma is bent on dividing the country. He is bent on dividing the country because to me, you know, I don't know, you know, how it feel. But me feel say, it just feel say McKinney is different from the rest of the other parts of the country. We're not saying that McKinney you born, you know, but you were president of the whole country. I don't know why. I mean, we're not saying you do plenty development at McKinney town. But McKinney is part of Sierra Leone. And not to you one get McKinney, other people that they plenty. I mean, now make some of we the film where people like you know, late Temu Bangura not they alive. Because if Temu Bangura be there alive, unless you not go knock your chest for say you get McKinney past Temu Bangura. No. Because we know say you come up from a minority tribe. Now McKinney is dominated by too many people. You know to Timini. I mean, we don't want to go tribalistic, but this claim where they claim McKinney for say you did this now you turn, this now you district, this now you get some, forgetting the fact that you are actually making the people of McKinney look bad, even though they don't know, because they put them into a very bad limelight. But not till you get McKinney, you know. So this kind of behavior, I mean, look at his house.
I talked to now, this is William of Stagger movement.
People
the CID
that they come, look like us. Where the CID that they come, now the host. I mean, it make this whole thing became a euphoria. It became, you know, something of a national concern, of a national attention. You know, why does he need all of this? That is the question a lot of people ask. Why does he need all of these things? So that's they make plenty people then they question as to whether this Maya so something is not wrong with him. You know, me fun with them. For some of we don't live in advanced countries. We don't one way or the other either don't work in human services, or we don't read about human development, human behavior. You know, we don't read about those things. Where somebody they begin for behave this way. I mean, just imagine where somebody don't reach the age 70. Just look at how the person they behave. You know, then you go able to tell in which direction this person they go, right? So, like Ernest by Koroma also they see, like at the same Pananaya for saying, now the day this way the CID then before go visit them na McKinney and all the APC man and they around them. So it can like this kind euphoria wake they around them. I mean, they see right now, I don't know if na coffee copy whole night, and he is happy that these guys are around him. He get this aura of importance. It is still feel say, you know, in at the president of the country. Enough feel say don't hand over the country yet to another presidential candidate. So when somebody they behave this kind of way, it becomes worrisome, right? It becomes worrisome. So then psychiatrists them, they get one way where they can term somebody like this. And they can say, this person I get grandiosity. You know, they call it grandiosity. Or it get grandiose beliefs. You know, where they behave big in their head. If you say important past other people, if you say get too much power, if you say some other people that don't get power reach them, right? Where somebody to behave. But anyway, let's look at the definition of grandiosity, right? Because we don't do a little research for let we find out this kind of behavior, when somebody they put up this kind of behavior, what it means, right? So we went to find out, right? So what is grandiosity? Right? Grandiosity, they don't define them. You know, the source right here is Wikipedia, right? But they don't define grandiosity as an unrealistic sense of superiority, a sustained view of oneself as better than others that causes the narcissist to view others with disdain or as inferior, or, as well as to a sense of uniqueness. They believe that few others have anything in common with oneself, and that one can only be understood by a few and very special people. Right? That is the definition of a grandiosity. You know, where you look at, just the definition where they talk about grandiosity, that is the definition of it. You know, I don't say the source of that definition now Wikipedia, and Wikipedia not to really an authoritative source where you want to forget authority in definitions, you know, not to authoritative source, but plenty of the things that we're talking are true, right? Because Wikipedia, anybody can go inside, you go edit information, you change information. So, but plenty of the information is true. So now in fact, we decide to go a little further for find out from other authoritative sources about somebody where they behave in that grandiose way, right? So, you know, we get this when a very well mind now a group of doctors, then qualified doctors come together and put this resource together so they can make definitions that they talk about things then, right? So they say what health conditions is associated with grandiosity. So when this person here gets this, grandiose ideas, it feel big in their head, it feel say important past other people, that if you say it get too much power, it feel say other people that inferior under them. When somebody they behave that way, then they where it be say waiting, they think not to really true in reality. When somebody they behave that way, they waiting at the health conditions that we attach to that kind of behavior. So very well mind, now they tell we say. It's a grandiosity is a symptom experienced by people with bipolar disorder. During a manic or hypomanic episodes, people experiencing grandiose delusions often describe larger-than-life feelings of superiority and invulnerability. In short, it is an exaggerated sense of one's importance, power, knowledge, or identity, even though there may be little evidence to support the beliefs. All right? So, inside Ernest by Koroma in your own head, small evidence because he was our former president. So, that position where he been holding at the country still, it gets it again for say, because when you don't retire as president, you're not a president anymore, you are still a national statesman. Right? In a true sense, you're not a national statesman. The only difference is you don't have any more power. But anytime when big thing they happen in our country, they will call you can't sit down. Just like how Julius Maada Bio they treat Valentine Strasser now, right? Where APC they don't ever treat them this way. But you will understand because now Valentine Strasser then can't pull APC in a power. So APC not go ever like Valentine Strasser. But the treatment when Maada Bio they give Valentine Strasser because he was a former head of state. So they're all a national statesmen. But, you know, the definition we don't get about grandiose ideas, it don't tell we exactly about what we are talking about, right? So, you know, these are the health conditions associated with grandiose city. You know, anybody where they experience grandiose city gets symptoms of bipolar disorder. Now, we're not to doctors, we're not to psychiatrists, we're not to do assessment, we're not to do physical exam, but we are just following the facts. We are reading definitions, we are, you know, looking at pattern of behavior, and it make we as concerned Sierra Leoneans very curious about people who engage themselves in this kind of behavior. What are the possibilities that they might be experiencing some health issues? What are the possibilities that they might be going through some mental health conditions? What are the possibilities that they might, through their own behavior, they might even plunge the country into problem, right? So that is why we decided to, exclusively talk about a grandiose city for let we able for really analyze the problem properly, for let we able for put into proper perspective, you know, let we able for understand what is happening to our country, you know, like let we not left Pandi stay until something can happen where really very terrible. Okay, so that is what is making us think about this. Now, we might be right, we might be wrong, and we are not making any conclusions. We are not saying this is true or this is not true. We are not making any judgment. We are not doctors, we are not psychiatrists, but out of curiosity, because of how the man they behave. I mean, from the time where APC don't go into opposition, they don't engage themselves into activities were really appalling, and not to the all, because right now you don't begin to see say there is an uprising inside the APC itself, where we say some people then don't say let this current executive may then dismantle, may then resign, may then come out, let APC get new leadership. All right. Of course, we don't say anytime where a political party go through a defeat in elections, now so things can happen. A lot of you will they see if it happen inside the SLPP now, it is the turn for the APC. But Ernest by Koroma for let APC able for prosper or a go bien, it lies with Ernest by Koroma's leadership in the party. So the APC therefore be worried about, you know, the word grandiose city. If I for myself go do some research on this word, grandiose city. Okay, may they really know what grandiose city is, because it is very important for let we know that, because they don't make it clear for say anybody where they behave, where they engage in activities like this, you have to look for this word grandiose city. Do some research on it. Try to find out what this word is. You know, then get WebMD them. Even if possible, talk to a doctor. You know, let a doctor actually tell you what grandiose city is. You know, I think say that one is very, very important. Let a doctor talk about it. Let us know what is going on, right? Because when I go look for fella this day until, you know, tomorrow something go can't happen, may the Lord forbid, we go be very terrible. So me fam with them, we get for can open the telephone line small for you waiting out there in case you want to say something about this broadcast today, or you get some questions. We are going to open the line very shortly. So stick around with us. Yes, of course, my family, the National Premier League don't start now Sierra Leone today. We just don't talk about time at the start of this broadcast. Of course, what a good time in Sierra Leone. For less Sierra Leoneans then can begin for come back together. We know say sports now they always bring people in together. So Sierra Leoneans they don't begin to come back together and talk about sports in Sierra Leone, which is a very good thing. Of course, we see how people that amass themselves now the National Stadium. We see how people were happy together, for more than just go watch game. And so these were the good old days during the days of the NPLC. Now the thing that in this way will happen at the country and the government of Julius Maada Bio don't bring that one, they come back. So it will happen. And so, me family them, if we not get any call from anybody, it means people are okay with waiting with the broadcast. So we'll get for come to the end of the broadcast at this point. And so one for telling plenty, thank you. Matter of fact, let me see what are the people that they watch we as with the broadcast, plenty they way we don't go away now. But we'll get Mr. Momotaka Vandi, one for tell you plenty, thank you. Daniel McCarthy is always on from Dallas, thank you. All right. I did get a call from Pennsylvania, so let me see. Somebody is calling from Pennsylvania. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, hello.
Yeah, how are you, bro?
I'm doing great. Who is calling?
Yeah, this is Samuel Mansare calling from Philadelphia. How are you?
No problem, Mr. Mansare. So you get a comment from Mick?
Yes, I get a comment from Mick for this football business.
Yes.
Go
You
see, I'm a big football fan, understand? Because this is not a good thing where they happen at Salon, you understand? Because back in the days, we saw we be the play football, we be the go take them about and when they can't play for winner for beef, Congo Tong, Colombia, all sides. Understand? We not be even know what's in our politics. You understand?
Right.
Because football be the make the only thing we will know na the president. That's it.
Right.
All man focus, but then corner league. We get for Bayfield League, we get Fire Force League, also the league. Then they. Well, like this, for this thing also don't come to back. We don't come back to this initiating back again. It's really good. We see the piece we kind of count where the stadium full of all man they come together, all man they come.
Right.
But there is a big problem. You understand? We still they under suspension, under FIFA suspension. You understand?
Right. One
thing we need. FIFA because FIFA they spend power football and salon, you understand? Don't we go make ego for say okay, we don't need FIFA we make a we home based league. Who say this home based league get for Keugo? We not get any professional scouts within the can now strongly or can buy them but then they for go play out. You understand? If so we can sit on 5 years or 10 years, make I just say, then still ban whipper and soccer. Who side them about then they go? We own base league, we're not able to pay them about then they to how them for change their life. You understand? We go back to the same thing where they own career they done, you understand? Like this, FIFA don't give statements on restore Aisha and make we lift the ban up. You understand? Wait to make me not say this government they can't take load we don't know deserve forget, but make all man put their ego down. You understand? May they look to we the people them we own career like 95% of Leon Star player them now para football day we them be the play now didn't see them we them go out we them buy them this now if now they can ban we don't get under this suspension we get talented about them when they play who that go can buy them about them there. They just want to play no more. Career, no, they go no side. You understand? Now, in RDC for say, and make we put all ego aside. You understand? If so, the government they negotiate. We don't want them. We then destroy. We count. You understand? Wait till make them not go negotiate with FIFA. When FIFA they spend power with salon soccer. You understand? Like the money where so the government go pull for go make about 100 billion leons or so. That money they then go take them, they can go other side. You understand? Where so FIFA now then they give money for sponsor and we Salon League na Sunday. You understand? Where so if they lift that bandy, we go then Bobo and they go play. Then we Africa club champion if they qualify and this we go Nations Cup. Something they go see them Bobo and they when they go buy then change their life because 95%, 99% of we salon player they na po home they come out. Now to that football now today they can buy them, they can't turn professional soccer. Now in at just want to appeal to the government. Do una go back to the drawing board, una restore Aisha, done with, made them lift the ban. Now 6 months, Aisha they come out back, you understand? Because of people they don't want them. But the main thing where to make some man then they vex because Aisha restricts the money where them be the thief. He say no, this thing no they go this way. If so, Aisha be they go bad way. FIFA before don't step in for this particular talk. But when you see FIFA then say we dey stick with this woman, they don't say it be they go na the right channel. Now the people when they be now they be they go for that thief. Where the lady stop, you understand? Me they beg the government, you know, we see also the unity day, we politician them, we them all laugh together, make they no go give we the poor one, then wait we want. We now we soccer, you understand? Right. They give the about their life, they then come out parties, tramadol, this gang business with them about they also then they do. I mean appeal makes we all within our social media make we appeal to the government, make them go back to the drawing board, make them restore Aisha. Don't now we football career go before the bubble and life go change. You understand? Right. Because not to all the team themselves take part for this competition because of all man get their own political thing. But if the thing go the right way, all hand on deck, the count where we see the mayor and the president, then they laugh together. Now then they want na salon. We don't want to go per outside, we come out back, we can't go there back again. We want progress. Make all hand on deck. We all preach to the government. Do you restore this lady, make them leave this ban per week? Because we get like a 95% chance for qualify for go Nations Cup. Even for the World Cup elimination, we get 95% chance because we both and they up to date. We play and they up to date. You understand? Wait to make them go can seize big opportunity like this for change about it life. They can say no, we make home based football. We not care about FIFA. No, we care about FIFA because the poor one and at them they suffer. We didn't get that talented football. When football they change their life. You see, right? And in I'm taking, I not see if you get anything for talk, I just iron them out. But about this, I want to make we all go to this appeal. We beg them people because the politicians then they get waiting they want. Wait to make they not go give we the citizens them waiting we want. Right? You understand? Okay. You see?
Yeah. So what's your name again?
Me na Samuel Mansare. Yeah. When I want they can call me P-Man.
Okay, P-Man, Samuel Mansare. Yeah, from Philadelphia. Yeah, man. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Well, you know, me they look at them from two angles. One, me they look at and say, apart from FIFA, then get other world bodies then they always buy players them. You know, we get like the English Premier League, we get the Bundesliga, you know, we get other leagues them. You know, they can always get players. If we players them, like waiting government they do right now, if they continue for do, and then see say these players are doing well, they can always come get them. We be say they're not getting nothing for do with FIFA. You know, they're not getting anything for do with FIFA because FIFA they deal with players per countries, you know. And so I look at them from that angle. And also I look at them and say, you know, this government inherit this problem of Aisha Johansson, you know, between him and the other people. The government inherit and a problem where we don't go on under the APC for long. APC not able to take care of the problem. This same Kalokalo will be go on under the APC. Now it trickle down into sports and it trickle down to our suspension. So we don't see say the vice president with some sporting team, then they don't go to Geneva, they don't go talk with FIFA. I don't say some works then they go on, For let government take up sports, soccer business back to Wusai Ibinde, then Brian come back to this level, must not say they get even bigger goals for able for, you know, address the issue of FIFA so that Sierra Leone will come back into the limelight. You know, we will begin for do things then the right way back. I mean, by even the way where this government they operate, they not say this government, now one government way, not they entertain corruption anymore because of how then they even crack down on corruption. So if FIFA then they read world news, then they read about Sierra Leone, then they go see say Sierra Leone get a new administration, get a new government where not they condone corruption, where they crack down in fact on corrupt officials. In fact, right now we are about to get commissions of inquiry. So if not because of corruption in sports be made where they suspend Sierra Leone, then now FIFA foresee say we have a new administration in place where they crack down on corruption. So that should be a very good reason for Meden, you know, lift up the suspension. But I think say, you know, P-Man, now a very good idea where you come up with, now a very good thing. We all get for maintain this idea. I mean, Sierra Leone should not be suspended from FIFA, but if it is suspended now, then we need for the go on with sports and, you know, pray for, let some of we players, then let them buy them, you know, for men and playing other, you know, leagues. Then we're not to FIFA, they control then leagues, then they, you know, why else would they still try for talk to FIFA for let FIFA go release us from the suspension, you know? But the bottom line is it was a good thing. What we see, we found they all canned on a stadium today. You know, everybody was happy. You know, you think about those days where sports not to be easy thing. All man being glady for just see how man they play. I mean, it was a good thing. I mean, just one for see me safe now free turn they participate and stuff like this. It was really good, you know. So fun with them, we'll get for keep the line open for a little bit more in case you get anything for add to waiting we just they talk about the National Premier League and everything else we don't talk about inside this broadcast today. All right, so whilst we wait for me call, we will continue for play Pretty S in song when a Skilo, of course, Pretty S featuring Nigga Don. Stick around.
Skillo.
Yes, of course, Skillo by Pretty S. Of course, Pretty S is always doing great things. We always want for tell and plenty. Thank you for everything you do. Of course, my family, we want for continue for say a lot of thanks to the following people for joining us here on Sherrick's Broadcast Network. I think it's necessary for let we go say thank you to people that they always follow we all the broadcast right here on Sherrick's Broadcast Network. I think it's necessary for us to do that, right? Yes, so like I'll be saying, Mr. Momo Takavandi, one for say plenty thank you to you. Daniel Makati, Henry J. Tucker, thank you. Kagbanda, keep cool, Koji. I don't see that in man of Pennsylvania, man. I want to say thank you to you for everything. Abubakar Bangura said the video is dope. Okay, that's fine, man. How about you send us some good high definition video? You know, not just for just condemn. You get for do something. Mioman Amarado, thank you, man. Thank you very much for joining us today. Ali Samai, Yarim Saint Ray, Ibrahim Sorisi say, I mean, man, I don't know if you don't come back now, California or still Dayton. Yeah, man. Appreciate you for joining us. Idrissa H. Nyale, thank you. Lansana Toure, thank you. Kadiatu Fofana, Mobi, Fode Mansoray. Hey, which Fode Mansoray is that, my man? Fo? All right, Vima Bosco, thank you very much. Kosbash K, BJ, Adama Barry, Patrick Kata, my man, Mr. Kata, Mendenya Sao, I know that, Andy. Thank you very much. Theophilus Morrison Million, thank you, Theophilus. Rashad Koroma, thank you. All right. We have Ahmed Belay. Well, actually, Rashad Koroma say there's some of the great citizens of Sierra Leone bestow such artificial powers upon him. And Ernest Koroma they talk about. Ahmed Belay, thank you. Dennis Kwema of Australia, thank you very much. Alpha Timbo Jallo, Danami Groomsman, thank you very much, sir. Dennis Kwema, thank you for telling us good job. Yata Faundu. Of course, we want to say a lot of thanks to you guys for everything. My life, Peima Kamara. Yes. Well, the National Stadium. My life says something very important. It says, I will be very pleased if you take it as a responsibility or priority to talk about upgrading the National Stadium. Chairs, the pitch, the cover stands, etc. Please, the Freetown National Stadium is one of the main focus points in Sierra Leone. Since we don't have any new stadium in Freetown, let the government upgrade our stadium, please, especially chairs at the stadium. All right, man. I know say the government officials and they watch with you with the broadcast so that they see you comment. But me want for just let we take things step by step. I want for let we start by just thanking them for bringing Sierra Leoneans back into sports, and our next we'll go to the next level, right? So Rashad, thank you very much. Of course, Dennis Kwema himself, they put stuff. Sheikh Bayo, it's a great program. Thank you. Dr. Benda, it's a great broadcast. Thank you very much, guys. We want for tell una plenty. Thank you for una words of courage. Of course, we una the send good comments then to we. So my family, and that's so we get for come to the end of this broadcast tonight. Once more, Mina Ibrahim Sharif, and of course, they wish una all a happy week out there. Right? Thank you very much. Stick around with the end with some music, huh?
Baby
should mess with my money. Nobody should mess with my book. I know like my way they kiss me na net and they bell me na net and they diss me na money. I know like my way they labo where they rabo. I say we know they talk and do. We know they talk and do. We know they talk and do. We know they talk and do.
Hello, the shitty. Yeah, skillo. 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 Yeah, skillo.
I got a boyfriend from Ghana. He said he want to come to Freetown. Said he want to come and do the nana. After we ain't your baby mama. Your father, your mother. Your father, your mother. Your mother, your sister. Then your mother, your sister. Then your mother, your sister. We don't need my fire. 1, 2. 1, 2. Make it sing it again. Make it sing it again and again and again and again. Bada, 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 bada,
Yeah, skillo. 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 Yeah, skillo.
Do we skill up for the money? Do we skill up for fire? Do we skill up for the money? Money, 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 money. Nobody should mess with my money. Nobody should mess with my book.